Hello, my beautiful friends. I miss you all so much. I hope you all stay safe during these times. Today, I'm so excited to be sharing with you this new project. This is a wall art that I will be creating for my bedroom, and I'm going to start today. We're gonna start with a giant paper rolls. So first I'll show you the items that you will need during this project. I'll go ahead and link the exact paper that I use. It is from Michaels, and I'll go ahead and link it for you guys. And we start folding this printing paper. This is just a piece of printing paper, you guys. And so now we're going to go ahead and create a rectangular, and I'll go ahead and leave you guys the exact measurements at the end of every petal that I make. Just keep on watching. And then you will just draw like a kind of like a heart shape and go down and then create the stem. It's super easy, you guys. I'll leave you the measurements. We're gonna need 2 sets of these petals, large, medium, and then the smaller one is gonna be the one that we're gonna be using for the bud. And this is basically repeating the same process but with 3 different sizes. At this point, we are ready to start cutting our paper, and this one, you can, if you fold it this way, you can go ahead and take 2 actual petals out of 1 piece of paper rather than having one only. And for the large one, you are only able to take 1 piece of petal from the actual carton. For the other ones, the medium size, you're able to take 2, and then for the small one, I believe you're able to take 3 or 4. Once we have them all ready, the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and take the smaller ones, which are the bud, and you will need 8 of those. And so what you guys see me doing here is just simply attaching the ends with hot glue. Make sure to use just a little bit of hot glue because in low temperature, because this paper is thin and you can burn. At this point, we'll go ahead and fold from the middle, creating like a little bud, as you guys can see here, and we're only gonna glue the edges. Once that is done, we repeat the same process. When gluing this corner, make sure to leave a space so that way it gives you like that infinity look that the roses have. As we add the final 2 sets, we'll be able to see that whole effect. Next, we are going to go ahead and use this bone folder, and we are only going to fold the edges, kind of like a give it some volume. So you will do this with all of them. So I recommend you guys to do it first. You can fold them with your hands a little bit on the corners and just do all of them. That way, the medium and the large, that way whenever you're ready to glue, they're already done. And it's kind of like repeating the same process as before, but they are separate individual petals. So now, as you guys see me here, I'm only using glue in the very corners because I want the top to be open like a flower. Obviously, we're making a flower. Then we go ahead and glue them again. Make sure you're following this pattern, and you're also going to be gluing in the other opposite direction of the way you glue the first 2 ones. And go so and so like that, and just keep gluing petals. And during this gluing process, you guys, you will have to hold the flower because the paper is thin and the hot glue is really hot. So you just want to make sure that you hold it until it's totally dry. And I have great news, you guys. I'll be launching my website pretty soon. It's going to be a shopping store, and I can't wait to share everything that I have been working on with you guys. And also the actual pattern for these flowers, I'll have them on my website downloadable in the future. So stay tuned for that one too. Once we get to the large size petals, you guys, we will be gluing them as you see here in a diagonal shape on the corners. So we're going the opposite way of the way we were gluing them before. And this is going to allow the rose to get bigger. Remember, you can make it as big as you want. You can just keep adding petals to the sides. And you also want to make sure that the ends are very curly, because that is what is going to give a lot of volume on that infinity look that you will want on your rose. And it is also going to allow us, if we are a little bit short, we can just keep gluing from kind of like the corners versus before we were gluing right at the middle. And the total cost of this whole project of this particular rose, it is around $18. It came out a little bit pricey because the paper is $1.99, even though I bought it on sale at 25% discount. So just wait for that coupon and buy all your supplies from Michael's. But at the same time, because it's a huge project wall that I'm making, it'll make sense at the end, because the other ones I'm able to get with the other sizes, I'm able to get more petals out of one piece of paper. So at the end of the day, it'll make more sense for me to make it rather than buy it. Now it's time to make the bag. So I'll go ahead and reuse one of these leftover papers from its own paper, and we're gonna cut a circle. Then we'll go ahead and use one of them to glue to the actual flower, and the other one you guys will see what I'm gonna do. Now we're going to go ahead and use this thread. This is just a sewing thread, you guys. I'm using white just in case if it shows. And I'll recommend you guys to go ahead and measure on your wall where it's going, so that way you know that it's gonna look good and it's exactly where you want it to be. So we'll go ahead and glue the end to this actual flower and leave that gap. And finally, to cover that, we'll go ahead and use the other circle that we cut before and just apply hot glue, and that's it. And voila, here's our giant rose. As you see the size comparing to this 20 by 20 pillow, I will be making other two sizes and leaves, so stay tuned. So if this is a project that you think you want to do in the future, stay tuned, because I'm going to go ahead and create a playlist for all the sizes. If you enjoyed this video and you'll be recreating something like this, make sure to leave me a comment down below, like this video, and share with your friends and family. Also, I would love to have you on my social media accounts at Mimi's Designs at Totally Glam Decor. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.